I must say that this particular series of events have been the brainchild of none other than my younger brother Dilip, or Francis is better known as, because he felt that we should celebrate the 100th birth anniversary of our late father in a fitting manner, and that is how all this began. As a matter of fact, my contribution to these events have been very, very minimal, but I would like to congratulate Dilip and the rest of my family for putting up all this and giving our late father what I believe he richly deserves. So I would like to thank all of you for rallying around us and responding to our invitation, for being tonight. As most of you are aware, my late father was a very jovial man. He enjoyed socializing, singing and dancing. So why not? Let us also enjoy this evening. Thank you very much.
Very Reverend Father, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I must thank Mohan and Yasmin for giving me this opportunity to say a few words about former Magistrate Vattala, Mr. M.A.C. de Silva. He is an old boy of St. Sebastian's College, Maratua, where Mr. Silva distinguished himself in cricket, and it was those qualities that enabled him to hold the scales evenly as a magistrate. He enrolled as a proctor on the 4th of May 1960. He joined the judiciary and he was the rural court president in Madura and was the president of the All Ceylon Rural Court Presidents Association. And he was appointed as a magistrate in the 1970s in his own hometown, Vattala, and it was a great tribute to Mr. Silva's honesty and integrity that the Judicial Service Advisory Board appointed him to his own hometown. As a magistrate, Silva discharged his duties without fear or favor. He is a very holy person. I am also very proud to say at this moment that I was the first person who appeared before him in court, in the Vattala Magistrate Court, case number 1. He was a sympathetic judge and discharged his duties as a magistrate to the satisfaction of everyone. He was married to Lorna and he has 3 sons and 2 daughters. Eldest son is Mohan and married to Shiranti. He is a businessman and is stalwart in the SSC and member for a couple of years and involved in cricket administration over 15 years. Presently, he is the secretary of the cricket board. He is also a past district governor. He has 2 loving daughters. Second son is Dilip. He is in Australia and is in the hospitality trade over 40 years. In International Labour Organization, is assumed in the food expert and education expert. His wife is Nilufer and blessed with 2 sons. Third is daughter Dilrukshi, who is married to well-known popular businessman Mr. Neil De Silva, who is the chairman of McDonald's Logistics and blessed with a daughter and a son. Fourth is Ajit, worked in Sri Lanka and migrated to Australia 30 years ago and currently doing his assignment in Bangladesh as CEO of an international organization. Wife is Siral Nilamka. The youngest family is Yasmin. She is the one who lived with the parents and is also living in the main house even today. She is qualified in the front office in the hotel management. She is qualified in hairdressing and beauty culture. She is also a very honest, friendly daughter who helps everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roland Anthony. Well, next to address the gathering is also another distinguished guest, a very close associate once again of the family. And he was the secretary of the Wattala Football League. I would cordially invite Mr. Basil Jayawardena to please come forward to address the gathering.
My dear friends, family members, all you nice people who gathered here this evening. When I was requested to speak, a few words from the late Mr. M.A.C. I was a bit shaken and yet extremely delighted in that, speaking about such a personality with so many facets, very popular in Wattala, held with admiration and respect professionally and in public life, and with all you nice people around, makes my task easy. I met M.A.C. first when they were residing in Hendal, close to my place, where he invited me to join the Lions Club of Hendal. They were trying to extend, which I did. Like me, he had a passion for football. Though he was not a player. When I was the secretary of the Wattala FA, he was the vice president. He was a strict disciplinarian. But I must say, he was very strict in discipline. Then when he took over as president, he disliked unruly behavior and would warn such people very severe. After his retirement, we met more frequently. Both at my place or his, it was very close. I don't want to make a long speech, but to make it short, I'm sure we are going to have a very pleasant evening. We are going to have nice memories that we will take back with us, memories that will keep on haunting us all the days of our lives. most special when our memory starts racing backwards down the dusty corridors of time into the gradual receding past. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Basil Chavandana, for those wonderful words remembering the late Mrs. De Silva. Well, next to highlight all those achievements, those goals and what life was all about, we have a video presentation that will be presented to you.
To live families and ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak about late Mr. M.A.C. Silva, whom I have associated during my cricketing days. Late Mr. M.A.C. received education in his leading Catholic school. I came to know M.A.C. in 1960 when I joined the Kerala municipality as a part-time playground instructor. After leaving school at the time, M.A.C. was the captain of the Kerala municipality M.A.C. cricket team, which was formed with then Municipal Commissioner late Mr. B.A. Jayasinha. He was a keen cricket promoter. M.A.C. was also a part-time instructor, although he was a practicing lawyer. I had the privilege of playing under him for the M.A.C. team with a team of young talented schoolboy cricketers who joined the municipality as part-time playground instructors with myself, namely Polonamita, Lasantha Rodrigo, Stanley, Sunny Attavara, Lionel Fernando, D.P.D. Silva, D.S. and D.H. D.H. was the Assistant Charity Commissioner. All of us played under M.A.C. after a few years. All of us went to play Sri Lanka, then Ceylon, except D.H. and M.A.C. would have been a very happy, proud man to see those who played under him within a short time played Sri Lanka. M.A.C. joined the law college in 1946 and excelled in cricket and tennis, winning the law college colours for tennis and cricket. He also captained the law college cricket team and toured Bangalore, India in 1947 and ended up batting average and scoring a fluent 80 not out in the crucial match. While practicing at Ulster for several years, he joined the municipality as a playground instructor, and it was observed that at that time M.A.C. had natural inclination towards teaching, coaching and leadership qualities. This was very evident, although he was a leading practicing lawyer at Ulster. He spends his valuable time, money in the evening as a playground instructor in one of the municipal grounds in order to coach cricket and soccer to uplift the standard of the underprivileged young boys who patronize the playground in the evening. As a result, there has been a large number of underprivileged young boys who benefited from his generosity of imparting knowledge of the games. Further, he was a founder member of the Vattala Tennis Club, winning many tournaments and held positions of captain and secretary. Whenever his assistant is needed, he is there to assist them, and his school, St. Anthony's College, Vattala, sought the assistant to coach the junior cricket. He obliged and coached them. Further, he served as the president of the Vattala Football Association for a number of years.
And the photograph displayed shows his illustrious sporting career spanning over 30 years from 1940. His sporting DNA has been naturally inherited by his sons, Mohan and Dilip. Mohan's cricket talent was spotted by a leading cricketer when he was playing junior cricket at St. Xavier's College, Marthavan, and brought down to Colombo Ananda College, and under coach Poranavitha, who is here, guided him and became a fine all-rounder for Ananda, and later played first-class cricket successfully for SSC for a number of years. And like Mohan, took for cricket administration like duck to water, holding position as president, vice president, secretary, the current the Sri Lanka cricket. Dilip also played 11 and second 11 cricket at St. Xavier's Master and Ananda College, Colombo, and also played first class cricket in Bristol, England in the mid-1970s. Like father, Dilip also took up cricket coaching seriously and now a level 1 cricket Australia cricket coach. I am also privileged to have known not only M.A.C but also associated with the children over the years and meeting in Australia and Sri Lanka over the past 50 years. The memories of this amicable and dignified character shall remain in the hearts of his friends and colleagues for many years to come. May you rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Devaraja. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Dilip De Silva to please come forward.
Good evening, everyone. I have a small task to do today after listening to all these accolades given to my father and that. Before that, I'm a little bit worried, the pin drop silence in the audience. I hope you are absorbing everything. And Mohan rightly mentioned that my father liked a good time, to have drink and dance, everything. And also, I think something that he also enjoyed was to have a good sense of humor, being a lawyer and a cricketer. And also, we just heard from Ricky that Devaraj's been entertaining with his jokes, of cricketing things. I think it's appropriate for me to say a small cricket joke, just to break the ice, and then we'll continue. As my father was, loved cricket, and we all celebrating today from upstairs, heaven. So let me give a small joke about the hell and heaven. A good old day, Lucifer thought of giving a bit of hard time to St. Peter. On the hotline, he called St. Peter and said, "Hey Peter, how are you doing?" Knowing St. Peter said, "Oh, not too bad, Lucy. What are you up to?" "Oh, you want to play a cricket match with the heaven?" He said, "Oh, you must be joking. A match with hell." In fact, he said, "Go to hell." But he said, "Do you have any cricketers with you?" He didn't say anything. Lucifer, just smiled. Then St. Peter said, "We have all the best cricketers. You name it, we have them. Sir Ledge Hutton, Colin Cowdrey, Don Bradman, you name it, we all have them. Can you name any of these cricketers?" After a while, he gave his famous smile and said, "Ha ha ha, you may have all the best cricketers, but we have all the rogue umpires, including Darrell Hare or Darrell Hora and Ross Emerson on our reserve list." Ladies and gentlemen, cricketing has been our life, and I hope you enjoyed that. If you want more, later on you can get more as well. So today I am here to acknowledge from two key people who had been part and parcel of our life throughout, not just with our father, but through our family as well. These two people have been already mentioned in the earlier, Mr. Andrew Polnovita and Mr. Muthaya Devaraj. I think I don't need to give an introduction to both of them. Probably Mr. Polnovita, we all know, it's a household name. In the 60s, you know, if you listen to commentaries for any Sri Lankan match, one over after the other, one name will be bowling, and the other end, Dayasa Bandhu operating. You know, they put up a web around the batsman so that they cannot do that. But it's not just the cricket that they play. You know, first class cricket during all Ceylon. The Polnovita, you know, had 20 first class games international, and he scored over 450 runs. And he was an all-rounder, and he has taken more than 400 wickets and also several catches, you know, 24 catches in his there. But the most important thing is, after finishing his cricket, he went on to serve the nation, and especially his alma mater, Ananda College. And he was coaching the Ananda College for so many years. All these cricketers that have come through in the last 30 years through Ananda are actually the products of Mr. Andrew Polnovita. That was not all. He then joined the Sri Lanka cricket as the curator, as the chief curator, and he continued for more than 20 years, I think, if I'm not right, to serve the country, going around the country, setting up new wickets, and also getting people to learn how to do the job. So during that time, and we also came to know that he played with my father at the M.A.C club, and after that, I think Devaraj rightly mentioned, when we joined another college, especially Mohan first, myself and Ajit, Mohan was basically looked after by Polnovita. You know, his bowling and, you know, how he groomed him to become national, to play what you call first class cricket at the SSC, and then to go on to in the cricket administration. From that time onwards, I would say from 1960s up to that, we have been privileged, Mr. Polnovita, to have you known through our parents and also through